Hello and welcome to Shauna Stitches, episode number 30. I'm Shauna and this is my podcast about knitting. That one there's Cody. Yep. Anyway, today is Monday, February 19th. It's President's Day, so I had the day off and therefore had a chance to record today instead of yesterday. Sit. And he thinks he needs to be the center of the show. Sit. All right. He may need to go in the garage. We'll see. Let's see. I think I lost my train of thought here. Yep, it's episode 30. Oh, where you can find me. I always forget to tell you guys this. I am by far most active on Instagram under the name Shauna Stitches, all one word. I do have a Ravelry group. If you guys ever have any questions, please just post something there. I think there's even a questions thread. I have not been posting links to the videos just because my group is not super busy, and I don't know, certainly send me a message here on YouTube down below. No problem answering you there. If it's something that needs to be answered on the podcast, I can do that too. Yes, I also have a Facebook page under Shauna Stitches. It's not super active either. However, I have been posting links to the videos. I think that's about it. Maybe I'm forgetting something. It feels like I am, but I guess here, YouTube, right? All right, so I do have a finished object. It is a very old, was a very old work in progress. Don't you dare. He's gonna snag it. Anyway, I'm wearing my So Faded sweater. And if I can get a dog to move, I will show you what it looks like. Sit. So there you go. Cody. All right, guys, I'm going to go put him in the garage, and hopefully he doesn't howl the whole time, because this is not going to work. All right, let's try this again. So Faded sweater. It's finished. I started this April of 2017. I put it on hiatus for a long time, and now it's done. This top color here is by Hugh Loco, Nicole, and it is I think it's teal, tweed. It actually has like tweedy bits in it. The next color here is Yarn Cafe Creations in Ocean Mist. This one here is Legacy Fiber Arts in Winnie Sanderson. And the one here at the bottom is Witch Candy in Birch Fire. So I absolutely love this sweater. I'm amazed my math seems to have come out right to like line everything up, because I really wasn't so sure that was going to happen. But anyway, I love it. Modifications to the pattern, I didn't do a lot. The things I did modify were to make the body longer, because I'm very tall, which obviously meant the sleeves need to be longer as well. And the only other thing is for the cuffs and the waistband, I used the larger size needle, and I used the size needles that recommended in the pattern. But for the neck, I did go down to a smaller size just because I don't like super big necks, and it said to go down anyway. But yeah, I love it. It fits great. This is my very first fingering sweater ever. And yeah, I guess the other exciting thing is I actually learned how to weave in ends properly. And I don't think I'm going to be able to show you on the inside anywhere, but for those of you who are not sure how to weave in ends, or like it just doesn't come out right, for me, I thought I was doing it right, but often when I would weave in my ends, they would actually like come through to the front. So I highly recommend watching Very Pink Knits. That's Stacy, her directions for weaving in ends. It's what I watched before and what I thought I understood I was doing. My issue was I was weaving the thread in across one row of knitting, and it needs to be across 2 rows. So it makes a huge difference. I'm having absolutely no problems at all with the ends that I wove in on this, and it is by far it's what I thought I was doing all along. But now that I have really figured it out, I will never use a different method. It works wonderfully. What else? So I cannot remember the needle sizes that I use, but it's on my Ravelry project page. So I know I said I'm not super active in the group, but I put all of my projects up there. I put pretty good notes in there. So if you have any questions, go look there first. If that doesn't answer it, then just send me a message or post it on there or whatever. This is what I have left of the Hue Loco tweed color. It's gorgeous. I think this is about 40 grams out of a 100-gram ball. Out of the Ocean Mist, I have approximately 20 grams. Same with the Winnie Sanderson, Legacy Fiber Arts, also about 20 grams. And again, about 20 grams of the Birch Fire. I love this color so much. This is like my spirit color. Love it. Anyway, I think that's about everything I can say about the sweater. I did not omit the, what do you call it, garter ridges, garter bumps. I know a lot of people change this to just knitting. And, you know, I don't know. It doesn't bother me being there. I wouldn't care if it wasn't there. But usually on my first attempt at something, I tend to go with what the pattern says. I'm not that creative yet. I did forget to tell you guys, last podcast and even the podcast before that, I have officially been knitting for 2 years now. So that's awesome. I love it. I don't see me stopping anytime soon. I have 2 more finished objects, which are just dishcloths. This is the yarn that I showed last time, which is the, I think it's the sugar and cream. Maybe it's the peaches and cream, whatever you can get at Joann's. This one here, I used up the very last bit that I had, so half of it's in the variegated and half is in a cream color. Totally functional. That is that. So now I'm going to show you the works in progress that I'm actually working on. I've updated my Ravelry, not queue, so to speak, because those are the ones that you're going to do, but like what I'm actually working on, I've updated that. I think I currently have 13 projects in progress, and that does not include blankets. So pinwheel scrap blanket, crochet granny stripe blanket, and cozy memories. So with those I'd have 16. I did resurrect another old work in progress. These are my Patton's Croix Meadow Stripes socks. I started these in March of 2017, and I left them about right here. So I just picked these up yesterday with the intent of bringing them to the movies, and I completely forgot them. But I have gotten some work done. In fact, I have gotten one heel put in that I just did before I sat here to podcast, and I'm about to start the second one. Not much to say about these. I will say the reason I think I put these aside for so long is because this is not my normal method for knitting socks. My normal method that I prefer is cuff down on 9-inch circulars. This is clearly 2 at a time, magic loop. I'm also not using my standard needle size. This is a US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter, and I'm doing 56 stitches. I started at 60. You can see here where I have this really weird decrease right there because I tried it on and it was too big. I am using Mina Phillips, the Knitting Expat. I'm using her German short row heel, and I have decided to make it a garter heel. I like the way it looks. It's nice and squishy. The reason I opted for this, I have been doing a lot of Fish Lips Kiss lately when I am knitting socks, which hasn't been too often. But I've been using her German short row method on the pinwheel scrap blanket, and I'm really loving it. So having the experience of doing that and then going over to her sock heel pattern, super easy. I really like it. I actually think it's less fiddly than the Fish Lips Kiss. I was hoping to do the mini heel flap adjustment on these, but I did not read the pattern quickly enough because I was already ready to start the heel, and I thought I could do something at the top here, but I needed to increase for the, what do you call that? gusset. I needed to increase for the gusset prior to being at a spot to put the heel in. So that's not going to happen. I think it's going to be fine. If you're wondering why I went with a larger needle size, it's because this yarn is slightly thicker. It's still classified as a fingering weight, but as we know, Patton's Croix, it's kind of more often, not always, often more like a sport weight, which is why a larger needle and less stitches is working for me. So originally when I started these, I do have, or they're no longer 50 grams anymore, but I started with 2 equal 50-gram balls, and my goal was to just make these as tall as possible because I do like tall socks. Hence why I started toe up, thinking I could, use every little last bit of yarn, but I don't think I'll do that in the future just because, I don't know. I have not enjoyed it. It's not terrible doing magic loop. I just feel like it wastes a lot of time. So for me, I like being efficient with my time and sort of getting the most out of my effort, if that makes sense. Usually, I don't have a problem with second sock syndrome, but sometimes I do because I clearly have some that just need a second sock. That is it for my works in progress that I've actually worked on. Next, I'm going to show you a project that I have decided to frog. So if you've watched any of my recent podcasts, I've talked a lot about finishing projects from previous years and either finishing or frogging. So this one breaks my heart just a little bit because I absolutely love the pattern. I love the yarn. I love everything about it. The issue is I've let it set for so long that finding where I'm at is not the biggest issue. It's just, I think I'm learning some things about the kind of knitter that I am. And I tried to be a shawl knitter because it seems like everybody's a shawl knitter. It seems like everyone is a shawl wearer. And I have, I'd say 3 or 4 shawls that I've finished. And I like them, but I just really don't reach for them often. So unless I'm really in love with a shawl, I don't think I'm going to be knitting any more shawls. So let me just show you what I've decided to frog. It's not going to be easy to show either. This is my Waiting for Rain shawl, which, like I said, I absolutely love. I love these short row lace sections so much. There's a finished one there. And I also love the fact that I decided to stripe this, but it's in lace weight, which is very delicate, and I just don't see me wearing it. Yeah, I just, for now anyway, it's getting frogged. I think once I get caught up on projects, my plan really is to kind of work on 1 or 2 things at a time to get back to that. It's going to be very refreshing, and if I get halfway through a project and I'm like, I don't want to work on this anymore, I want to set it down and start something new, I'm probably going to frog it just because it's overwhelming. Like I said, I have 16 total projects. That doesn't include this one because I already subtracted it, but 13 that I'm still deciding, am I going to finish it or am I going to frog it? So anyway, that one is being frogged, or is going to be frogged. Last thing to show are some acquisitions, and I actually do have acquisitions. So the first thing here is way back when Lily of Nordic Stitches was doing a knit along. I can't remember, I think it was a Halloween knit along, and I won a prize. But she ran into an issue where she couldn't afford to ship things out. Not a problem. I really forgot completely about it. Well, she messaged me recently and was like, I still have your prize. And I was like, ooh, what prize? Okay. And she sent me this beautiful Halloween bag. And don't you think for a minute that the fact that it is Halloween theme means that I will not be using it all year round. Because I totally will. Especially because I love the color orange. This is a drawstring bag, which is plenty big, and I love that it has this handle on top, even when it's closed. I don't know who made this. I feel like she got it donated to her, but there doesn't seem to be a maker label anywhere inside. By the way, this is the fabric that's on the inside. Just a really pretty orange, green, and black pattern. Same as the handles, I guess. But yeah, I kind of wish I did know who made this because it's a really nice bag and I would probably buy another one. Although I really don't need any more bags, but you know how that is. So along with that, because it was later than she intended to send it to me, she sent me some Progress Keepers, which are Christmas themed. Again, that does not stop me from using them. Here's her card also in case you are curious to check her out. I'm pretty certain she's closed her Etsy shop, but she still does have a Ravelry shop where you can buy her patterns. And I saw today, I had a bunch of notifications. She's re-releasing all of her patterns. They've been rewritten into an easier format. She also sent me this, which, oh, this is amazing, you guys. I love this color. It's by Viking, which I don't think I'm familiar with. I don't know if it's Norwegian. Let me see if it says anywhere. Nope, dyed in the UK. This is 100% baby alpaca, and it is in the broken rainbow color, which I think is gorgeous. So I mentioned the fact that I don't really want to knit shawls. I think I really do want to knit cowls, or at least a cowl, to see if I like it. I think I'm going to like that a lot better. It's a lot easier to put on. You don't have to fiddle with it as much, and it just seems easier. I don't have to worry about it falling off or getting out of place, caught on something. I just think that's the way to go. So this may be a Land of Sweets cowl. I think that'd be really pretty. And it's so soft that definitely being against my skin is going to be amazing. So that may or may not become that. The other acquisitions I have, I actually did buy yarn, you guys, because it was kind of a special occasion. I got a message from Tammy, who is Candy Skeen, out of Astoria, Oregon. She dyes yarn and has, I believe it's an Etsy shop. If not, it's a actual website that you can buy yarn from. And she told me that she was going to be at a women's expo at the convention center in Seaside, which is like 25 minutes from where I live. So I had to go check it out. I was so excited, to meet her, which, hello, Tammy, it was so good to see you. We keep trying to get together to knit, and it just hasn't happened yet, but it will. So anyway, it was just nice to get to go squish a bunch of yarn that she dyed. And I had Glenn pick out a skein, and he picked out this beautiful one, which is blues, purples, and greens. It's called Neverland Nugget. And let's see. It looks like she does actually have her own website where she sells her yarn rather than Etsy. And yeah, it's a 75-25 fingering weight. So this will be socks for him someday. And of course, I had to pick one out for me too. And this is the one that I got, which are very similar colors, but a lot more muted. Not sure if this will be socks or a cowl or whatnot, but it is the 75-25 again. And this is called Test Kitchen. So I don't know if that means this is like, you know, kind of a one-of-a-kind like some do, but all of hers are like food named. So anyway, they're beautiful. I love them. She also puts these cute little charms on her tags. They look like candy. So yes, I got a green one on my skein and Glenn's is purple. Well, that is all my acquisitions and projects that I'm working on currently. I'm trying to think if there's any big life events. Work has been crazy busy. I know I say that every single time I record, but it's true. Just when I think it can't get busier, it seems to. I am thankful to have this 3-day weekend to relax. Glenn and I went to an event on Saturday night down in Seaside. That was a lot of fun, and we're just getting some time to actually hang out, which seems like almost never happens anymore. he has joined me in our little weight loss endeavor. And of course, he joined, you know, what, maybe 2 weeks ago. And he's already down 12 pounds. And I'm down 12 pounds. So, you know, I guess he has maybe more to lose. And men always seem to lose it faster. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm excited that we're both getting healthier. And I feel much better. Some of my older clothes are starting to fit again. And it's just really nice. So other than that, I think things have been pretty uneventful, which is totally fine by me. We just had a really cold snap in the weather. It snowed yesterday, but it didn't stick. And we got down to like 26 degrees at night, which never happens. Glenn did get me a necklace for Valentine's Day, which I don't know that you're going to be able to see that very well. But it's a heart and a heart on the inside, and that little inside jewel, you can change the color. So I'm wearing the pink one, which is probably what I'll wear most of the time, but it came with a blue one and a purple one as well. I think that's it, guys. Now that I'm recording weekly, I feel like I have a little less to talk about, but that's not a bad thing. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Again, if you have any questions, either let me know down below or on Ravelry, Instagram, however. I check most of those pretty often. So have a great day, guys. Bye.